Oh, man. This is one of those days for Savage AF, brothers and sisters.
Yo, catch your breath, man. Don't choke on this injustice out here. Get it, man. Yeah. Let's get it out the way before we get to the bullshit, man. This is Savage AF. You know what it is. I'm your boy, Black Pedro.
Yeah, this is Shang, and you know what? God damn it, man. What the fuck? All right, this is Savage AF, and make sure you do me a favor. When you do this, you'll feel better about your life, even though the world is full of shit right now. Today, make sure you follow at Black Pedro. At Black Pedro, we're going to make sure that we emphasize that because we want you to follow at Black Pedro on his Instagram, and he has a lot of delicious things to share with you. And make sure you follow me at Comedian Shang. Mine is mostly bullshit, so don't worry about that. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Hold on, we haven't told them what the channel is, where to go, what it is.
But the channel.
So we're here Monday through Friday, y'all. Monday through Friday, live
right, Monday
YouTube,
through Friday.
And that other thing, Meta Book Beck Facebook. We're on there live Monday through Friday. Mondays and Fridays we're on at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tuesday through Thursday, typically 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you miss us live, that's why you need to be subscribed and tapped in to the YouTube page, youtube.com/C/SavageAFWorld. All one word. Get it in, y'all. You know what it is, dog.
And when you do go there, make sure you do the things that you need to do to make sure you're aware of the things you need to do. Yeah. Double entendre. Bing, bing.
Ding, ding. All right, man. Thank y'all for stopping by.
Bitches.
I see y'all. Breezy JJ's Queen B, Nicole H, Lady Hazel, Coocha Damas. Preach on, brother. Ronald Ewan, Humphrey, Miss Unpredictable. I see y'all, man.
Preach on. Yeah, this is
thank y'all for coming through.
This one's gonna be quick, aggressive, and we're really. I gotta get this shit off my chest. If I don't, somebody else gonna get one to the chest. You understand what I'm saying? This shit is that bullshit. So we're gonna give you the rundown on the run up, and also before we get down on the run up, we gotta let you know what the deal is. Make sure you follow us on all the platforms pertaining to podcasts. You know what it is. You gotta follow us on this iTunes, Stitcher, Slacker, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and
SoundCloud.
No, that was a little too mellow for today. I would say SoundCloud.
Man, I'm trying to calm down. Shit.
SoundCloud, motherfucker. SoundCloud.
Before we get into it, also, I would like to mark today, Friday, November 15th, 2021, as my 24th anniversary as a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. This day, 24 years ago, me and two other young men crossed the burning sands into the KA Psi lands. Yo to my line brothers, and yeah, I'm getting old.
Yeah. But see, Pedro, if you met Pedro, you'd be like, oh, he's not getting old. But then you hear him talk, he goes, yeah, I'm getting old. I feel like
hand me my cream. I need my ointment.
Yeah, I feel like he's Danny Glover from like Lethal Weapon.
Getting too old for this shit.
Yeah, like I can just see him sitting on the toilet going, this shit is taking too long. Not that I picture Pedro on the toilet.
Nah, Queen Bee, not an ace.
Runs through my head, you know.
Not an ace. At my average size, believe it or not, I was the tail dog. I'm Trey Club. I'm a 3. I was the tail of my line, so I was the big guy.
Right. And apparently the other dudes were from Middle Earth.
Yeah, a couple of hobbits on my line.
But you know what? They made it through. Savage F, we got some shit to talk about today. Today is one of those days. Let me tell you something. I knew the shit was gonna happen, and the shit happened, and I still felt like motherfucker. So I'm gonna get it together today.
Let's give y'all the run up, because that's what we do. We run up on your ass. We're gonna end with a SHANGRY.
Yeah.
Fucktardery in full effect, y'all. You know what it is. Before we get into that, Black Pedro popping. And now back to the other saltines. Back to our regularly scheduled crackers. But before we get into that, we do have a motherfucker say what for you today.
Yes.
And we will talk about Mr. Yogurty himself, Kevin McCarthy, going on 8.5 hours trying to stop BBB.
And it shit didn't work for that situation. So I got something. There's this machine I just Kevin McCarthy. All right.
But speaking of shit not working.
Yep.
Let's talk about the justice system.
Yeah.
It's a rotten house we live in this America. Killer Kyle goes free on all charges.
Yeah, this is some
5 counts, and they couldn't get this motherfucker on Two of them got thrown out. So there were 7, I think, counts.
Right. And the bottom line is there are white supremacists that are actually white supremacists, and probably the judge that's laying in his bathtub going, oh, yeah. You know, they're probably really feeling themselves fucking. And because the judge was, other than a puppet mouth bitch, the judge was biased from get-go. I know that he's probably masturbating right on the legal documents right now. He's just busting spooge on the legal documents right now, and democracy and the fucking court system right now.
We're gonna call him Spooge McDuck from now on.
Quack quack, bitch.
Spooge McDuck over here,
bitch.
So yeah, you had a heavily white jury.
Heavily white, all white.
There was one POC.
There was one Candace Owens, and that motherfucker agreed with it too. So, nigga, you can't come to no more of the cookouts, no more of the barbecues. You ain't allowed to come nowhere near us. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a whole bunch of black tours. I'm gonna make sure they get you at the door, motherfucker.
I will say that
shit.
The prosecution did a poor job as well.
Well, the prosecution
even in the face of a biased judge and whatnot, like, you know,
they were bad.
Like Gage Grosskreutz, the one who got shot but survived. I mean, even he on the stand ended up admitting that Rottenhouse didn't shoot at him until he pointed his gun at him, and that he had a gun pointed at him. You know what I mean? Like, prosecution was not able to set up at all that Rottenhouse was the aggressor. In any way, shape, or form, and the defense was able to hammer home this self-defense narrative like they obviously did it well. Like,
no, listen. I mean, the
prosecution did a bad job.
The prosecution, motherfucker, couldn't. They garbage ass prosecution. I think it was a combination of that, a combination of when he went on the stand and did his little fake bitch ass crying and bitch assness. I think that was part of it. And the other thing was, I believe, and this is another aspect of it. You got to think, they raised at least $2 million for his defense. So, which is astonishing that they just were like, that people, do that. But I really think that the prosecution, the judge affected the way the jury thought by his biasness. And it was a majority white, rural fucking jury that was like, look at his face. He's a little baby. Let the little baby go. And he's not. He's the face of evil. Look at him back. Look at Damien looking back now and making sure that nobody. Damien. And you know that he's looking over his shoulder because they won't stab him with those 7 daggers.
Ronald Ewan Humphrey is looking for the judge to be disbarred. That's Judge Bruce Schroeder.
It won't happen.
AKA Spooge McDuck.
Or Puppet Mouth.
Ronald's also asking if the prosecutors were poor on purpose.
Yes.
As in, did they throw? Well, we don't know this definitively. I don't think on purpose, but I don't know. But I think maybe they thought, because I think to any of us, this really does seem obvious that, and this was kind of the prosecution's main point, is like, he was the aggressor by being there, with a gun that he shouldn't have. By the way, I learned today that, so Rittenhouse didn't actually bring the gun into the state. It was already there. I think his dad lives there. He was staying with a friend. So he was already there. The gun was already there. Even I was up until an hour ago, I was under the impression that he
brought
this gun over. Not that it matters that much, but really the prosecution's argument was he shouldn't have been there with the gun. And I think that's where a lot of us are, just on a common sense level. Like, if the kid's not out there with this gun, none of that happens, right?
Right.
But legally, that's really not how logic works, right?
Listen, for him to be in such fear of his fucking life,
it's fucked up.
It's bullshit. He was walking around cocky. Here's a fucking photo, you dumbass people up there and you fucking jurors. Fuck all y'all. He's walking around cocky as fuck with that gun. There's video of him walking around cocky as fuck. He did have it raised in a boom, ready to shoot thing. He was walking around acting like he was supposed to police shit. He wasn't supposed to police. He was out there to protect shit. He wasn't asked to protect. So fuck him and fuck the justice system.
But you also have to. So, yes, there's all this video of this and video of that, but not all of that was allowed in court too. So from a juror's perspective, they are only supposed to be considering that which was presented in court. And within the boundaries of the way it was presented. So, that's just part of the justice, whatever we want to call this system. That's just part of the system is that, you can't, the jurors can't be on social media looking at all these videos.
Motherfuckers was allowed to go home. They was at the pool house. Hey, what are you talking about? They weren't sequestered. They were able to get it. The one woman get to take the fucking rules home. Get the fuck out of here. The judge did everything he could to fucking swing the jury. I think that this prosecution was minimal at best. And I do think there is a conspiracy theory from the standpoint of, well, hey, we can't let this kid get off and I'm going to be awful on purpose. And I really believe that. Even other prosecutors were like, the fuck you doing, man? The fuck? And they were actually tapping on the thing. The fuck you. It was so obvious that he was fucking up. It was so obvious. It's like your ex-girl from college spit some real game. She said, well, actually, I'm going to break it down because I'm going to do it now. She did it in very technical terms. If you don't come to get some, you won't get none. Basically, if your ass didn't come there with the gun ready to do some shit, then some shit wouldn't have popped off. You're not a fucking cop. You're not a cop. And one of the people said, because the one brother that was shot in the back 7 times, the fucking lawyer actually said, well, I mean, he at least he only shot him 4 times in the back. And that's, y'all can search that. It's factual. But the thing about it is, I think that him being on the stand and doing his little, wimpity wimp cry shit swayed a lot of motherfuckers. Him with that is what made them go, but he's just a little baby. Fuck out of here, man. Yeah, I hate America.
He was infantilized throughout this entire trial process.
Trying to act like he was some innocent fucking Bambi
Boy Scout. I mean, they're like, he was a Boy
and
Scout in a
it was
police
bullshit.
cadet, junior cadet troop.
Yeah, and when he got time, sometimes he would heal little squirrels' legs with popsicle sticks and duct tape.
Yeah.
He was a fucking, and he's throwing up this, they co-opt the symbol. I'm going to let you know they co-opt the symbol. Pedro's a 1,000,000%. A 1,000,000% right. But when you see outside the courthouse, white supremacists bigging him up, white nationalists were out after the verdict, after he was, basically let go on all charges. He's a free man. But freedom ain't free all the time. Because I think white people are just as crazy as he was, because he's crazy and they're going to match as crazy. He ain't going to be safe for a while, because I know there's going to be some other white people. Oh, it's like that, huh? All right, then. All right. You better move to fucking Pluto, because I know there's some other. I mean, you should have seen some people outside the courthouse talking that shit like, okay, is that what we doing? Is that what we doing? We let this motherfucker go. I did. I don't know why I'm giving the Denzel laugh.
It's a case. It's a case that I think sets precedent and emboldens will embolden white nationalists, white supremacists, to feel like, okay, they can go out now and patrol these streets, and when they get scared, air quotes in effect, then it's okay to shoot. And then, like we talked about the other day too, it's like these 3 white people that were shot, 2 killed, they've become the face of Black Lives Matter.
Fuck that guy.
Like that at the end of the day, this is all over a Black Lives Matter protest and the violence that BLM and Antifa were bringing to America over the summer. And it's like,
right.
All right, so we see where this is going now,
Right, and now this motherfucker.
We're lucky those people were white that got shot.
Right, he's walking free.
I would think that most Black people have enough sense not to run towards a motherfucker with an AR-15. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But you know what? That's part of white privilege. Like, I can do it, bro. He's not gonna. But the one dude
that is a very white thing to do, is to chase the guy with the AR-15,
and also to run this way
like that. Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. But one of the guys that actually stepped to him, who was yelling, shoot me, nigga, shoot me. He said it earlier. He was mentally ill. He had just got out of the mental hospital, and then he came down there. And so the one guy, but I'm saying overall, for them to act like he was a babe in the woods, to paint him in that way, and then to run all these pictures of him sitting there, like, yeah, I'd like some cupcakes too, Dad. Like they tried to make him look like that, but really, this is the motherfucker we talk about. This ain't the same dude as this dude. This ain't the same dude that was having the Proud Boys buying beers, okay, and throwing up symbols, white nationalist symbols. So this is basically white America. White America is upset. Black America is upset because of the ramifications of it, because they know that if they do this to their own people, they gonna keep doing it to us.
I joked the other day that he's probably going to end up as a congressional candidate in like 10 years.
Did you see the one guy? He get invited.
Matt Gaetz, out of Florida, Mr. Rapey McRaperton himself, underage fondler. He was like, we might invite him to be a congressional intern or whatever. I'm like, yep, here we go.
Here we go.
I shouldn't have put it out there. That's my bad.
You know what? I believe he get also. He'll run for president or some shit. It's just fucked up.
So long, America.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I agree. There's a point now where I'm not condoning violence, but I'm saying protection is necessary. I'm going to look into. I don't want to pay the $7,000. I got to pay for the lawyer, but I need a gun. And I need a gun, man. I mean,
I'm going on Sunday for another rifle training, dog. Like, let's go, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm
gonna be in the mountains.
I need a gun, and I'm saying to all people of color, trust and believe these motherfuckers are out in the bush training, shooting bark. Did you see me shoot the bark off that tree? That could be a nigger. These motherfuckers are training. Their kids are out there training. The little babies, put the gun in the little baby's hand. I'm definitely going to look into it. I suggest anybody out there, please obtain a firearm legally. Legally. I did add legally. I mean, just because I'm fucked up don't mean y'all need to be fucked up, but I'm definitely buying a crossbow. Don't get it twisted.
Damani Jones says cop a bow and arrow.
I'm buying a crossbow. Somebody getting the crossbow to the neck. Fuck that. Because y'all ain't going to just... Because they feel... I'm telling you right now, the cockiness, they're getting away. The January 6th, a lot of them got away with murder. Not murder, but you know what the fuck I mean. It's the same. They got away with a bunch of shit. The shaman, the QAnon shaman got 3 years, which is bus fare.
Like 40.
3.5.
Well, no, I mean, honestly, I thought that was cool because he he really didn't do anything violent. Like there was no evidence. He was just out there yelling and doing dumb shit. So he should get. But there are people out there who were beating cops who should get,
and they should get decades and decades. This is we can't walk up to a cop and stab him with a fucking, pro police flag and get away with it. And somebody made a good point, and I'm gonna let y'all know, if Rittenhouse's last name was Jackson, you know what I'm saying? That motherfucker be in jail right now.
No, he would have been in jail the whole time.
The whole time.
He would have gotten shot on the street too.
Yeah, he would have gotten
by the cops. He wouldn't be allowed.
It'll rock and roll like China does. America's like China. The tennis star that was talking about being sexually harassed by one of the leaders of China. They can't find that bitch no more.
No. The Chinese government just released pictures of her in a post on her social media that said, "Have a nice weekend." She's fine.
She'll be fine.
Still photos always prove somebody's alive, especially when there's no timestamp on them.
It's part of it.
So, I am alert and aware now that I think these dudes, these saltiners, these, cracker orcs are going to be revved up now, believing that they can patrol their streets, their streets, air quotes in effect, without any punitive damages coming their way. So.
And right now, I saw some of the crowd that was outside of the courthouse. I luckily here on Savage AF, I was able to obtain footage of some of the people that were outside of the Rittenhouse, cleared on all charges. We'd like to bring it to you right now. Yes.
Yeah, there they go.
Yay!
The ones who were celebrating.
Yes. That this is what's happening in this country, and then they're going to have a nighttime vigil tonight. That'll be happening too. I don't know if
there you go.
So
I can't see good.
I can't see. Well, why'd your wife put the holes in the wrong place?
That was a funny scene, bro.
So end of the day, with Rittenhouse, everybody in the feed is saying the same shit. The bottom line is we already know what the deal is. Black folks were used to it. And one lady did say it at the fucking, there was a person at the White House, at the courthouse, and said, yeah, how's it feel, Whitey? I was like, did she just say that? Yeah. I love her. If I go there, I'm going to tongue kiss her. I don't care if she got mad. I'm tongue kissing her. How's it feel, Whitey? Huh? I didn't know people were calling people Whitey. I love it.
Hey, bring it back. Go old school, retro. Carolina Boss says, I take my 5, 11, 17, and 18-year-old daughters to the range, man. I saw a lot of that when I started getting into it last year, started going to the range. I saw a lot of black men with their daughters. When we went to shoot, me and Pedro went. I went, and I'm good with a handgun. The other one threw me a little bit because I never shot. The other gun. The shotgun, like literally, my shoulder went. I was like, "What the fuck?" But Sergeant Pepper kicks.
Yeah, that shit is no joke. But with the handgun, I was pretty accurate. So because I've shot a handgun before multiple times. I've done that, but I hadn't the shit that Pedro got. I was like, yeah, this motherfucker. If aliens come down, they ain't coming nowhere near Pedro's apartment.
They better come in peace, nigga. Yeah, they gonna leave in pieces.
You better come here to leave some kind of new technology. Because if you don't,
you better have stealth, nigga.
Yeah, I'm saying, because you better be like Predator, and I don't see you until your eyes open up. Then, and when your eyes open up, gotcha, bitch. So, Savage AF, this is what it is. We move on to the next topic because today we keeping it moving, It's you know what?
All right, so
this next topic. Though,
yeah, you go. It's like you wanna find some peace in this world. But we can go from, a junior cracker to a more senior and seasoned cracker. But I want to start it off with the most critical question that we ask.
That we ask on this show. No Daily. Other show does it. Not Nobody. The Daily Show, not any other show, but Savage AF. Let them know.
We're the only ones asking this question.
Motherfucker say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah.
Hey,
Trevor Noah can't answer that question like that. Not like that.
He can't even play that on his show.
Kevin Yogurty McCarthy runs his mouth for 8 hours yesterday. Actually, 8.5, over 8.5 hours. Breaking Nancy Pelosi's record from a couple years ago when
oh, come on, Pedro. Come on, you're wrong, Pedro. No, I wasn't.
Basically trying to filibuster the BBB, the Build Back Better.
Right, and it didn't work.
Which eventually passed in the House. They got it through. Still got to go to the Senate. Still got to get through Joe Manchin, who's worried about how are we going to pay for all these poor people. Shut your West Virginian coal mine yacht ass up.
Yeah, shut your ass up and send him a. Even though I said the other day you got a nice booty. Fuck you, bitch. All right, let me tell you something. Fuck you, bitch. Nice booty don't erase you being a dumbass bitch, stupid ass bitch.
It's a lot of nice asses out there. Like we in the
town,
we in the land
of nice booties,
of
right?
Asses, yeah.
Fuck ass bitch, stupid ass bitch. This bitch,
Caroline.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, the people they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But McCarthy went on that rant to kind of see. It's basically for red meat to the base. We already know that. And right before he did that, he took a big, good smell of Trump's ass.
Some good ass. You smell it right there.
You smell that ass? That is. Woo! That is. Now that's some prime Trump ass right there.
I'm getting some Putin off of that. I'm getting some a little hint of Mandarin and mango.
Speaking of Putin, got some cracker Putin on that.
There you go. What the fuck do you Google to find that? Putin on a cracker.
Putin on a cracker. All you gotta do is write Putin on a cracker.
I'll pass on the hors d'oeuvres. Thank you, sir. We Putin on crackers.
You sure? All right, but end of the day, we know that he's doing that for Trump. We know he's up. In fact, that's him just coming out of Trump's ass.
Fresh out that ass.
Fresh out that ass. And if you look at some of the footage on there, it literally was just blah, 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 blah.
No, he didn't have anything to say. He called himself tearing apart breaking down, all the reasons that the Build Back Better will be bad. And we already told you yesterday that according to the CBO and other projections that it'll end up over 10 years costing about $160 billion, which is $16 billion per year.
It's still busted.
It's nothing. It's nothing. We got it. It ain't tricking if you got it. That's what they say in the club, man. All right.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, if he becomes the speaker, which the majority now they said the majority, even though he did that 8.5 hour blah 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 blah
haggity
blah blah haggity, it was a bunch of bullshit. The end of the day is he's doing that to also raise money, because when the cracker ass crackers from the right, or as the lady said on the steps of the court, the whiteys, they can raise millions of dollars just because they feel like, oh, he's strong and taking a stand. And he's going to need that because there are other Republicans that are more right-wing than him that are going to try to run to take the speaker. And they're worse than him. And they're also pushing, of all people, get ready for it, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Ooh. They
are pushing Marjorie Taylor Greene, a.k.a. wide back bitch.
AKA White Harambe. If your kids fall in the cage with her, you have to shoot her. Okay,
you gotta shoot her.
You gotta shoot her. She will rip. That's her new name for me, White Harambe.
AKA Big Jaw.
Right, exactly.
She don't even need the jaws of life. She just chew her way out of a fucking car.
Nicole H said, AKA Hulk Barbie. It's like, if like too much plastic ended up in the Barbie mold, it's like this one's shoulders is off. Wow, we'll sell it as a Hulk Barbie.
This is what they're doing. They're basically trying to push that. And also, Kevin McCarthy said that he would reinstate them back to their. Once he gets in, if he gets in, he's gonna bring them all back.
Gosar back.
Gosar back, all of them. So
MGT.
it's fucked up, and this is what's going
TG.
on in the world. That's what's going on. But the bottom line is, man, his whole shit he was saying was just.
Yeah, it's not even the content. The content isn't even worth discussing or breaking down. It's the act itself. It highlights their hypocrisy because they're basically with these like the removal, the censorship of Paul Gosar and Marjorie Taylor Greene. They're basically like, we gonna get y'all. It's not right that you abuse your power like this. So when it's our turn, we're gonna do the same thing.
We're gonna abuse the fuck out of you.
We're gonna be not right too. And I'll at least give them that. They don't hold back. Republicans will say the quiet part out loud. They'll be like, listen, next year,
it's on. But we gotta win. We gotta we gotta beat them. We gotta beat them by like 1,000 million zillion. And all his blah 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 today. End of the day, we got to really, really go in and vote in 2022, just like it's gonna be 2024. We got to go in. We got to go in. If not, this is gonna be Congress.
So, well, more obviously, like they'll actually just come dressed like that because there's plenty of them in there already. Thanos, Taylor Greene, Nicole, you stupid. All right, but yeah. The reality is, man, this government that we're dealing with right now is fucked, and so it's important that we continue to vote and participate in the system, people, because that's what this really highlights is Republicans have redistricted the fuck out of a lot of swing states.
He gave it an extra
They did it. And they redistricted it, the whole thing. So they're already set up to win a lot of states already. But going out to vote will still be important.
Okay? Look, Carolina Boss said, vote for who? Shang. Dems got nobody. Yeah, they do. And
whoever isn't the jackhole Trumpian Republican is who you should vote for.
And there are some good ones, and there will be some ones that will come out. So I hear what you're saying, Carolina Boss. But right now, Carolina Boss, to say that we ain't gonna have nobody, that was some Carolina employee shit right there.
The only thing I do,
that's what I'm saying too.
The only thing I am looking forward to with this whole situation with Kevin Yogurty McCarthy is that is when Trump stabs him in the back. And betrays him,
right?
With all of his fealty and loyalty that he has pledged in his soul, and all the ass sniffing in the world won't save you from a backstabbing because Trumpty Dumpty still hates Kevin McCarthy for speaking against him on January 6th and immediately thereafter. And then Kevin Yogurty McCarthy tucked his parfait between his legs and it has come around to be the ass sniffer again.
The ass boy.
But for that moment of disloyalty, Trump still
remembers. Wait. And if he does get in, if say Trump gets in, first day he's gonna kneel before me and show your fealty and caress my Cheeto in your jaw socket.
Yeah, it won't
be. So, and hopefully Biden don't make it all the way through because he went to the doctor today and Kamala was president for like an hour and a half.
85 minutes Kamala Harris was
2 hours.
She became the first woman to hold the presidential power. 85 minutes. I said she should have tore this motherfucker.
And you know what? And
Get your shit. And she should have.
You know what? And white people were like, "Oh God, I hope that Biden makes it through on this one." Oh boy, that would be rough. And black people was like, "Man, I've been sweating. Shit ain't nothing new."
But yeah, that little slice of history happened today. But
happened.
It's really just symbolic. It's it's.
It means you know what? It means nada.
It's a test run for the rest of his presidency when they're like, he's gone cold again.
Tomorrow he's 79.
Yeah, Joseph Robinette Biden does turn 79 tomorrow.
Give me a break. I'm old. Fuck you.
All right, man. So the BBB went through. Let's see how it gets through the Senate. We'll move on from here because there's more to tell. But fuck you, Kevin Yogurty, Parfait,
Blah, blah, blah.
ass McCarthy.
Yeah.
You bitch ass mother.
Ass smelling
nugget ass
motherfucker.
donkey dick face hole.
Oh, come on, Pedro. Will you stop making fun of me?
You're being a little harsh there, bro. You're being a little harsh.
Being a little bit. Come on, bro. That face does
aggressive.
look like. Come on, bro.
That's aggressive,
come on,
man.
Bro. That's a little aggressive, bro. And you know how you niggers get.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, speaking of aggressive.
But before you go into that,
Okay,
Savage
okay.
AF, make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. You know what it is. If you subscribe to the channel on the podcast version of the show, subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Slacker, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Also, make sure you check us out on the Facebook. Oh, I said it. The Facebook page. Fuck it, it's too late. Facebook page. But more importantly, follow us and subscribe on the channel under the YouTubeage. And make sure you do this. That's it.
That's it. All right, so here we go, y'all. We're winding down here, and as we wind, we wind a little something like so.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro, popping in, hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. All right, Kuchadamas, I see you out there, man. I think he just asked, you think the Three Stooges are gonna walk for killing Arbery, meaning Ahmaud Arbery? Well, you know, that's kind of where I am with my poppin' is
I'm gonna
and
say
now back
yes.
to the other Saltines. The trial that I think really means a lot more to us as Black people. Kyle Rittenhouse was, you know, white on white crime, which happens in America all the time. We just don't talk about it. White people are dangerous towards each other.
And white people have no problem killing white people. Trust and believe.
And it's over Black issues, absolutely. But what we saw in Brunswick, Georgia, on video was a public lynching. Was the hunting and chasing down of a Black man who was completely innocent in his being, absolutely in that moment, and you know, was chased, hunted down, and shot in the streets.
Right.
And those killers went free until that video came out.
And the AG and all of them were
a
lot of fuckery.
The DA and all that, like they were not gonna they were about to walk on that. You know what I mean? Like there was gonna be nothing that happened to those dudes until that video came out. And the murderographer, as I like to call him, William Roddy Bryan,
right,
actually thought that video would exonerate them, would show their innocence and prove it. But it's absolutely the key piece of evidence. So Kuchadamas asked if I think they're gonna walk. I don't. Come on, me and all my friends, Gertrude, Sergeant Pepper, Bruce, and Leviathan all hope that this thing goes right. Okay. But that being said, this judge is better.
He's thorough.
This jury is not the greatest demographic either. Not an ideal demographic for the jury. I think there's only one Black person on that jury as well. But unlike in the Kyle Rottenhouse or Vile Rottenhouse case, the prosecution has done a great job of making, especially Travis McMichael, the only one of the three, and they're all being tried together. Travis McMichael, the actual shooter, took the stand, and I think the prosecution did a great job of breaking it down that he was in no danger, that Ahmaud Arbery was never chasing them, that they were the aggressors, they were the chasers, they were the hunters, he was the prey. Never identified themselves as trying to make a citizen's arrest. So any self-defense or whatever they might be trying to plead for Travis McMichael, I don't think it holds any ground here, even in Georgia, even with this jury.
No, what? Pedro,
there is
you're wrong.
No way on God's earth.
Whatever, Pedro, you're wrong. The reason they could get off is because they're white. They're white.
Now that would be the only reason, but I just think the video is too egregious. The logic is too solid that Ahmaud Arbery was trying to avoid them for over 5 minutes. So how could he have ever been a threat to them? Ever? He was. You have cut him off with multiple guns and threatened his life. Stop or I'm gonna blow your fucking head off, is what the dad said.
He's a nigger. I'm trying to answer you, man.
I know it's a crime around these parts, but
he's a nigger.
I think this one is too egregious. I'm trying to stay.
You keep that in your heart.
In a positive space. I can see when it's not good. I was still hit by the Rottenhouse verdict, right. Even though I knew what was coming. I called it on the show weeks ago.
Hey,
we already said we know he's gonna get off, Pedro, but it still hit a little bit. But
Pedro,
I do not understand how the McMichaels could ever get off.
Because I keep telling you, man, you just keep saying shit that don't apply to the world. I'm trying to tell anybody in here.
I'm using nigger logic. I know.
Okay, you're using optimism and facts, and I can't have that. Listen off. Listen off. Okay, listen off. First off, listen off. He's a nigger, and we can't give niggers any kind of hope of any kind of justice.
They're already in good shape. Fuck, they need to run for. Huh?
I mean, come on, mate.
Come on.
I mean, he was outside.
What's he conditioning for?
Crime. Exactly. Crime. Outside running,
getaways,
thinking he's free to run. You ain't free, motherfucker. I mean, and everybody in the feed. And anybody that says something wrong to me in the feed, guess what? You're a nigger too. And if you're white, you saw just happen with Rottenhouse, guess what? They're niggers now.
Niggers. They in no way fulfill. They have admitted on stand that they did not witness any crime occurring. He had no possessions on him or whatever. So the citizens arresting is out. Okay, you have to witness a crime, which they did not, and they have admitted. I'm staying positive with this one.
All right, but
McMichaels and Roddy Bryan will not get off. I think that William Roddy Bryan might get a lesser charge or some shit.
They're going to get off across the board. And JRA, NYC, yes.
No way.
Yes.
No. I'm willing to bet my blackness on that.
Okay, hold up.
After that, I will go by any other color. Pink Pedro, white Pedro.
All right.
Beige Dro.
Everybody in the feed, let's hold him to that.
Khaki Dro.
I agree with JRA, NYC. Kyle and George Zimmerman will have a podcast together. Let me tell you,
they're gonna be running mates on a ticket, homie.
How to Get Away with Murder. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Okay, this is the
McMichaels and the Bryans are not gonna get away.
Okay, keep believing it. But my SHANGRY is actually a tie-in to the crackerliciousness that spewed out of some of the people that are on the trial of the Arbery case. All right, fuck tartary in full effect. Base. How low can you go? Death row is what these motherfuckers need to go. That was my Chuck D. I don't know if y'all know who Chuck D is, but what happened recently, we're speaking about the same case. The lawyer for these three cracker monkeys actually said this. In the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial, defense attorney compares the rally of black pastors to public lynching. He continued to say that this is like a lynching. They're being lynched, and he kept saying this word. In fact, this is the cunt's name. Where's this cunt's name?
Goff.
Kevin Goff. So yes, this motherfucker who apparently it looks
Heil.
like
He's happy to Heil.
Heil Hitler, or either he looks slow. He looks like
he just learned how to count to 3.
I know I don't like Negroes. The bottom line is he said this stuff, and he also said that he didn't want any black pastors. He wanted to basically make it a mistrial because he didn't want any black pastors in the they're actively at the trial swaying the fucking jury with their black Jedi mind tricks.
Pastorness, yeah.
Yeah, a lot. And these other pastors that showed up in force, and they said it was
Over
so
100.
loud. Yeah, there was over 100 outside. It was so loud, it's swaying the jury. It's bullshit. This motherfucker has been saying really, really racist shit. And it's his language. He can say he doesn't want it. He can say it mistrial, but he's wet. Said, I don't want no more of those praying ass niggers in this courtroom while I'm trying to save these good down home boys. And we don't got enough bubbas. He said this. We don't have enough bubbas on the jury where we can have other dumb people who believe that other people shouldn't have human rights. Now, how the fuck am I going to get my agenda through? I'm sorry, wait a minute. How am I going to get it through if these niggers are out there praying on the goddamn steps? I'm just saying. And this motherfucker said this shit, and he shouldn't be fucking thrown out of the court. He shouldn't. The trial should. The mistrial part of it is we should miss your ass out of this trial. That's what the fuck should happen, bitch ass. No. And this motherfucking Kevin Goff, here he is with his and all his goofy white glory, because that motherfucker looks just what goofy motherfucker. At the end of the day is I don't understand why the judge in the case with Rottenhouse was allowed to act like a total fucktard. And now this attorney, the defense attorney for the Aubrey boys, is allowed
the McMichael clan and the Brian.
I'm
Bigot.
Sorry. Brian Bigot, yes,
and
are allowed to
McMichael
say
clan.
some shit like this and be allowed to still be in the courthouse. So we're gonna watch this one close here on Savage AF, and the shit is gonna go down. And I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be some shit because Pedro's already got more ammo, and he's going practicing. Sunday. If you want to see Pedro live, we're gonna talk about that. But if you want to see him at John Wick School,
at the John Wick School of back the fuck up off me.
Yeah, back the fuck up off me. Just because you're white, you can't just shoot me. You ain't right. You can see him then. So Savage AF.
Carolina Boss says they're going to be guilty and serve less than 10 years, suspended to 8, do 3 years minimum security and 7 years parole. God damn, boy, you Negro Damas over there. He's calling everything out. I do. The one thing I can agree with is that the McMichaels and William Roddy Bryan will be found guilty.
They will not be found guilty.
They will be found guilty.
If you're wrong, absolutely. Everybody in the feed, it will no longer be Black Pedro. If you want to go to the Chateau,
Pedro,
it will be Chartreuse Pedro.
Chartreuse Pedro. Yeah, I'll be Mauve Pedro.
I'm just saying. Okay,
purple
right.
Pedro.
Marble tinged Pedro.
Yeah. Burnt sienna Pedro. You could call me. Be whatever.
We'll see what happens.
I will relinquish my blackness unto ye.
Yeah. Okay. It will be. You're about to see. But speaking
for a limited time. Yeah,
I got a brand.
I got a brand I'm trying to build. Okay.
Yeah. So hold on. 2 weeks after that, right back to Black Pedro.
Yeah.
But make sure that speaking of this motherfucking name Black Pedro, speaking of this motherfucker,
Pepto-Bismol Pedro. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, you know what?
It couldn't just be pink.
No. Everybody.
Diarrhea.
Guess what? In fact, send a couple of names that he's gonna have to change his name to when these 3 rednecks get off, and they're just gonna get a slap on the wrist. Even if they do, see, to me, getting off, if they get off, even if they get a lighter sentence, that's getting off to me. You understand what I'm saying, Pedro?
If they what? If they do what?
If they get a lighter sentence,
that's getting off.
That's getting off. Because this was flat out murder. This was flat out murder. So if they get 2 years, 3 years,
I could see it being tiered because one of them was the shooter, right? And another one had a gun, and then another was the
Pops free. No.
Murdertographer.
Pops is gonna go free. Son is gonna go free. Videographer is going free.
Son can't go free.
Okay,
that's not gonna happen.
Somebody said Eerie Spears, Pedro.
That's not even a color, JRA. Come on, man.
Okay, JRA is just now you make it.
And Sleep Dro Cuchadamus is also not a color. Sleepy Dro. That's not it's not a color. Okay. I was relinquishing my blackness, but it must be replaced with another.
Okay,
color.
Nicole's saying they're going to get convicted for sure. I disagree.
I'm with you, Nicole. Let's go.
You know what? Okay, well, you know what? If they do not get, if they get acquitted, and what I'm trying to say is, if they get acquitted, then Pedro has change his name to Pink Pedro.
I can do that, dog.
All right, that's what's going on, Savage AF. And speaking of Black Pedro, for now.
Hey,
you need to go check him out for now.
Tonight.
I don't know what face that is. I have no idea.
That's talent, man. To be able to get your lips to do that on cue.
Yeah, that looks.
That's acting. That's acting school.
I'm gonna just say it flat out. Don't you ever use this photo again. Fuck is wrong with
that's gonna be an album cover. It's gonna be a brand.
That's not the one.
That's gonna be on billboards one day.
But make sure you check him out tonight, 7:30.
The Comedy Chateau, y'all, North Hollywood. If you're in LA,
Hollywood, 7:30. Make sure you come out, check him out live. Savage AF presents. It'll be a savage ass show with savagery and funniness. Make sure you go check him out. That is right. Tonight, Friday.
This is why you can't leave shit up to our audience, because y'all be adding shit in. Breezy JJ's like pink panties, Pedro. Now, if you want to give me yours, I'll take them. But where the panties come from?
Yeah, they are.
We just need another color, y'all.
Well, when this case goes,
like purple people eat a Pedro. I'm like, nigga, that's not a
that's
defense in the 70s. Okay,
that's not gonna happen. But make sure you check out. I'm gonna put it up here again before we bounce.
Azul Hernandez. Y'all stupid, man. I can't fuck with y'all.
Black Pedro to live tonight, Friday, 11/19/21, 7:30. Make sure you check him out at the Comedy Chateau. And this weekend, gonna be rocking out South Bend, Indiana.
Get him.
The All-Star Comedy Jam featuring Just Niche, Darren Fleet, Chris Harvey, and Cool Cat Shelton with your headliner, light-skinned nigga full effect,
Shangry.
November 20th at the Bendix Theater in South Bend, Indiana. Make sure you come by. You can get your tickets and do it. What, they still going in on you?
No, it just sounds like the theater is called Ben Dix.
No.
Yeah, girl, come on, bend some dicks on over at the theater.
It ain't that kind of party, but it's gonna be a good show. And I got to follow a bunch of comics on that fucking show. And so
this nigga JRA NYC said colors from Miami Vice, Pedro.
Wow.
Those are called pastels. Pastel Pedro.
Yeah. Well, you will see when these motherfuckers get this light ass sentence like, hey, you guys, you got to do a couple fucking, weekends at the YMCA with the kids. That's what's going to happen for the murder. Also, if you're in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Sunday night, boom. Okay, wow. Sunday night, November 21st, I'll be at the Looney Bin Comedy Club with Gerald Harris and Mr. Larry Tibbs. Make sure you go to check out the Looney Bin this weekend Comedy Club. Saturday, South Bend. Sunday, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Then I'll be back. Then next week, I'll let you know about some more shows we got at the Funny Bone Comedy Clubs and some other shows we got. And in 2022, Hollywood, we're going to rock it out with a Savage AF show at the Melrose Improv, second weekend of January 2022.
Let's go.
Myself, Black Pedro. We don't have the rest of the lineup now, but we will let you know what's going on.
It's going down.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. That's the show for today. We're going to get up out of y'all. Y'all have try and find some peace and some zen this weekend. Try and relax yourself because we got a whole nother verdict coming up. And then the Charlottesville trial is starting to go down too. So we got a lot of woosah is going to be necessary.
Yeah.
Positive energy. Think positive thoughts. Okay. Keep it together.
Eat edibles. Chill out.
Yeah. Get your vape on. And then let's come back Monday refreshed, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Let's get at it, y'all. Savage.
All right, but have a great weekend. Make sure you check out Black Pedro if you're in the LA area at the Comedy Chateau tonight. You guys take care of yourself. Have a good weekend.